thoughts on this, man. It's kind of wild. Rest in peace. Hold on, let me pray. Charlie Kirk. All right, I just pray for Cameron. Charlie Kirk. Dang, I was about to say Kirk Cameron. That's crazy. Yeah. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, man. I didn't know nothing about dude till today. Never heard of him. 31 years old. I got a 29-year-old daughter. She about to be 30 in 4 months. So he close in age to my daughter, man. Yeah, he had to been going on 32 though, because he was born in 93. But yeah, I just wanted to man, I got a lot of perspective on this, man. A whole lot of perspective on this. I'm about to go out here into my cars. Got the Maserati out here, baby. You know what I'm saying? Got two of them things out here, man. Two of them things. Two of them things. Ooh, they kissing. Got this truck. Got my Challenger. Got my mama house. Two of them things. One, two. One, two. They kissing. I caught them kissing. One, two. Out here with my cars, man. I'm about to talk, man. I just wanted to come outside for a minute. So look, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to Trump trying to send the National Guard to anywhere that he see this melanin at, anywhere where black people live at, and trying to make it like we the criminals. But if y'all haven't paid attention to Charlie Kirk, what's going on in Utah and places like Utah, where a bunch of non-black people live, bunch of white people live, and they don't have no police officers. What you looking at? It's already done. Your hair and nails and tattoo is already done right now. It's like that. It's better than magic. It's called manifestation. So I wanted to get back to what I was speaking on. Trump need to send the National Guard to Utah. Send the National Guard to all these outskirts, where all the white people with a white flight, where all them went. the suburbs. That's where the criminals at. That's where the people that want to criminalize me anyway. That's how they look. Yeah, where they think America great is that. That's where the criminals is at. The most hateful people you will find in the most beautiful places. Real talk. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. What up, man? Happy Wednesday to you. Yeah, real talk is a good day. But I wanted to stay on topic, man. Rest in peace to my man out there in Utah. It's real sad. You know, I was just talking to my woman about, white flight and how, I guess to get away from black people, or thinking that we was the worst people in the world, you know, would save you, like. And then I was telling her how most white people, they not really together like they assume to be. They just together with a common hate. It's not like they together for the sake of being together. They together most of the time for the aesthetics, for how things look. Because at the end of the day, what I'm seeing right now at this present moment is a bunch of white people going, basically opposing each other. You know, so the narrative that black on black crime and all of that kind of stuff, you know, when we see what we seeing today, especially when you think that okay, this is supposed to be a safe event, so it's no police officers. That be the issue with all these mass school shootings. If you break it down, they've been giving each other the benefit of the doubt. Nah, nobody should be killed for their views, Black Order. And that's the thing. Like, it's sickening because we've been getting killed for our views forever, right? Yeah, let that sink in. We've been getting killed for wanting to learn how to read. You know what I mean? For wanting to be successful. You know what I mean? Police officers snatching us out our motherfucking cars and trying to haul us to fucking jail because we want to be successful. You know what I mean? Not even for no views, no political views or nothing, just because we want to thrive. You know what I mean? I got foreign cars. I got to worry about getting pulled over every time I ride in certain areas, really any area. Yeah, man, Charlie Kirk. It's sad. I didn't know who my man was. I never heard of him until today. But you know, just like that stabbing that was in Charlotte with the mentally ill guy. This is the exact opposite of that, right? So what you got in Charlotte is a crazy person that the MAGA people are trying to politicize. How you gonna politicize a crazy person? Obviously crazy. That's not a black or white thing. That's crazy shit. It's obvious. He didn't know that lady and he stabbed her. It's sickening, man. Sickening, man. It was the worst thing that imaginable. Lady was just getting off work. It's crazy. But that's exactly what it is. Crazy stuff. So you don't politicize that. So you gotta be crazier than crazy to politicize that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of make you think like, man, what is wrong with these people? You know? So but yeah, back to what I'm saying, man, about the Charlie Kirk situation. The issue is these people giving each other the benefit of the doubt. So much so just on surface level. If y'all seen Trump going out to dinner yesterday in Washington, D.C., I guess he thought he was safe with all them white people in that restaurant. Them girls, if they had been armed, something could have happened to him. You know what I mean? Like them white girls was up in there, they was chanting and booing him, and something could have happened to him. But you know what? Since they look like them, they gotta be good. And that's really always been my thing. Once we out the way, like once, white flight, once white people all in the same area in the suburbs, at a certain point, you're gonna have to look at yourself. And you ain't gonna like what you see. And that's what's going on right now. What we seeing is um in these suburban places, we seeing a lot of white folks really just going crazy. They shooting up schools. They shooting. They think it's about Republican and Democrat. And then I don't know who told anybody that black people represent Democrat. We are God in the flesh. More than any system, we represent the original person on earth. Period. End of discussion. Nothing more or less. We don't represent no Democrat. When you see something that got melanin, when you see this dark skin, all that is God. None more or less. You should get happy when you see somebody with dark skin because we are the original man. Without black people, without people that look like us, there would be no other kind of looking people. So I know I get happy when I see a melanated person. I get very happy because I'm like, wow. It's just, man, without us, it wouldn't be no other people. It's like, man. So on the flip side, that illusion that white people are good, now white people got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? We know that that's not true. Just because you white, that don't mean you good, you know? But they have given each other the benefit of the doubt so much that they won't even have no security at a big political rally, And that's the thing. That's all I'm saying, man. All I'm saying is hire some security when it's a bunch of white people, especially right now, because man, right now the Republican Democrat debate amongst white people, it seems to be all that they want to talk about. You know, it's like they think they different species. A Republican and Democrat. I mean, they go crazy over that debate. If you ask the average normal black person about a Republican and Democrat, we gonna say y'all both the devil. It's the same devil, different sides to the coin. Same coin, different sides. Same devil. Neither one of them care for anybody that with some melanin in this country. Any systems, the economy, all that shit, we don't care about that. We care about life, period. Ask any black person. We care about life. That's what we care about. Life and live life for real. Not no rights, no bill of rights. A lot of that is a lot of that is covered up with wrongs. A lot of what they say God given rights, because I heard Charlie Kirk say something about um he believed that certain people should get killed, a certain amount of people should get shot every year to preserve our God-given rights. And I interpreted that as devil-given wrongs. You can't out your mouth to speak that he when he spoke that out his mouth, he brought death upon himself. When you speak about, I have never in my 48 years spoke to say some people should die of gunshots to preserve some rights. I guess he was talking about gun rights. What rights is a gun? That's a wrong. That's an obvious wrong. Anything that could take a life with a finger, that's the devil. So I don't know. It's weird how he could put God in that. And that's the sick part about this, man. These so-called Americans, that's why I got in quotations Americans, because what people think the quote-unquote Americans seem to be is white Americans. I don't know why, Um, y'all can have that though, or they can have that. Whoever, if you white, you can have that, because I'd rather be the original man, right? So we colonized the whole world, right? But we didn't colonize it. We just traveled the whole world. Either way, um, this American notion is so sickening. And what's going on right now, it's like when a bee is about to die. When bees are about to die around this time of the year, they start stinging every goddamn thing because they know they're about to die. They're gonna die anyway, so they might well just go out with it with a bang. That's what seems to be going on with white America right now. They going crazy. It's over. The season is over. No more. America will never be what it was. America was only uh great, like with quotations, only because it was no other country that was even in the running that could even, every other place, every other country was bombed out after World War II. It was no competition. So right now is America's opportunity to be great for once and for all. When you got competition all over the world, this is our opportunity to be great once and for all. We were never great. We was just our only. And that illusion that we were great and everything that came with it at that time, with everything, the culture of back then, the semantics, the way that white people treated black people. I guess y'all want to go back to, but it can never happen again. This is a global economy. We can't afford to mistreat anybody in any country. If you want to be the best country, we can't afford it. It's gonna hurt you. Like that lady in Georgia calling ICE on them foreign investors. That was the dumbest shit in the world. But that's that old school shit. That's basically Nazi Germany. That's what the Nazi Germans did. Calling the Gestapo on their neighbors that was Jewish. Same shit. You can't do that shit now and expect to compete in this global economy. That was the dumbest shit in the world. And they might not even invest in that dang on plant down there in Georgia because of that woman. But see, that's what I'm saying. This is an example, like when Nazi Germany, they felt the same way in that country at that time as these people feel, these MAGA people feel in this country now. Same thing. They feel like the end is near. That was mass hysteria that they had in Nazi Germany. You could just go back to the beginning of the video. I'm not showing you nothing. But you like it, I appreciate it. It's on the video. Fuck that car though. That car ain't nothing. It's about me. I'm God. You looking at God. You should be. God is fantastic. You looking at a man made in God's image. I manifested that car. I just thought about it and I went and got it. So it's not about that car. It's about the Ferrari in my mind right now. My new car. It's in my head. I already got it. I just haven't touched it yet, but it don't matter about when I touch it. It's mine. It starts here. You speak it, it's real. You speak good shit, you're gonna get good shit back. You speak negative shit, bad shit, shooting and all of that, like Charlie Kirk did. He said he spoke out and he put into the universe that we should have uh, a handful of shootings every year to preserve our rights. That's nothing that any person should ever put into the atmosphere. Never. I would speak, not only do we not need no guns, we need to get rid of these atomic weapons, these atomic bombs. We need to get rid of all the firepower. We all need to literally hold hands, and we need to, first of all, take care of our weakest people, the people that's on the bottom. If every black person was taken care of, everybody else would automatically be taken care of. If Africa is taken care of, everybody will be taken care of. You know what I mean? Because that's the foundation. We're the original. So that's just how I see it, man. You know, a lot of what people think of as rights in this country are all wrongs. They are all wrongs. They are 100% wrongs. And they're wrongs from the devil. They're not rights from God. They're wrongs from the devil. So, you know, when you think of gun rights and all of that, you know, that don't even add up. The right to have guns. Like what, man? I would see the right to have life. That's it. Life. And then you know what? What else? It's death. We all gonna die. That's a given. So we might as well embrace it. But the whole concept of a gun, that's unnatural. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But Charlie Kirk definitely put that into the atmosphere that he thought that we should have a handful of gun deaths every year to preserve his God-given rights. Yeah, man, I don't know. So I just wanted to put this out there, man, because in these I done noticed it. You go into certain stores, you go into schools out in the suburbs, out where it's all white Americans at, and they seem to be fooled to think that because they are white that they are right. And because I don't go off how people look, I go off how people feel. How you make me feel is how I see you. So I don't see people based off of how they look per se. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, everybody's black to me. So that means I'm happy when I see any person. I love anybody. You know what I mean? Everybody. But since it's not reciprocated, I can't, you know, a lot of times, I'm dealing with, white people that might want to clutch their purse, you know what I'm saying, lock their doors, even though I got nothing but good thoughts in my mind looking at them. So it's not reciprocated, you know what I'm saying? So, but when you get out into an area where you like the only black person, you know, I don't feel ostracized or nothing though, because I speak to everybody. I speak to everybody in my vicinity. I make sure I speak to any and everybody in my vicinity. And what I realize is that um, that's a good way to kind of gauge how people make you feel, their energy. Just looking them in the eyes. And what I done felt when I'm out in them all white areas is a lot of tension. It's a lot of just uneasiness, just in general. It shouldn't take an all white environment to see a black person for them to that tension is there. It don't got nothing to do with them seeing a black face. That tension is already there. So I think what a lot of these suburban all white areas is dealing with at this exact moment is they're just now starting to release their tension, that tension, and they don't have nobody else to release it on because all they know is white people. So they can't go find no black person to try to, do what they did back in the days. When we was, pretty much side by side each other. So yeah, I just wanted to get this out there, man. Look, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. My phone going dead.